Hi everybody, this is Paul Malmstrom and this is part one of Underappraisals. So you're involved in a real estate transaction, everything's moving along swimmingly, the borrower has made loan application, credit is excellent, everything's moving briskly toward a settlement date. Then comes a phone call from the mortgage company telling you that the property is underappraised. What do you do? Alright, first thing, let's take all the emotion out of this. Let's look at the appraisal report, specifically a couple of areas, and let's see if we have some merit to warrant a value reconsideration. The first page, or pages that I would look at, are where the comparable sales are listed. If there are more than 3 comparable sales, there will be more than one of these pages. But these pages really embody the bulk of the meat of the appraisal. They show the properties that are used as comparable sales. They make dollar value adjustments, plus or minus, depending upon variances between the subject property and the comparable sales. Appraising is not a perfect science, so let's look at the report and see if there are any keystroke errors. For example, let's make sure we have the right square footage listed for the subject property. Let's also look at the features that the subject property has versus the comps and make sure that dollar value adjustments to make the comps, like the subject, are true. In other words, take the example of where a 2-car garage that the subject property has is compared against comp 3 that does not have that 2-car garage, and comp 3 has a negative dollar adjustment. Well, that's a human error. That should be a positive dollar adjustment. And let's say the adjustment's $5,000. Well, that's now a $10,000 swing if that correction is made. This kind of error doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Here's one value factor that's often totally overlooked. It falls about 1/3 of the way down the grid page. It's called the view. And the irony is many buyers buy their house because they like the view out of the back of the house or off of the deck. So does the subject property have open space behind it? Or is there a busy street behind it? The other section of the appraisal I'm going to review is the commentary section. It may be called a supplemental addendum. It's where the appraiser may make comments about why they're putting greater emphasis on comp 3, for example, versus comp 1 and 2. So that's something where you can look to see, are we getting fairly or unfairly treated in our final value determination, because possibly comp 4 is a better representation of the value today. If after this review you feel that the appraiser is understating the true value of the property, document your findings and submit a request for reconsideration of value to the lender. This is Paul Malmstrom. This has been another 2-Minute Mortgage Tip.